when they're walking down the stairs, you got the fireworks go in. You hit one of your kids over the head with a chair.
Yeah, we do that. We bought chairs for that. But yeah, like specialty chairs. Not chairs just to sit on, but chairs to smash
your kids'
faces. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the Dad Collective holiday episode.
Holiday or Halloween? We're
Have you been a good boy, Paul?
No, I'm extra naughty.
You're very...
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Did you like my intro?
Sure.
Why do you give me the look of like disapproval as if like you do it then?
That's just my natural... I've got natural resting bitch face.
Yeah.
That's me. Hi guys, I'm Paul.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is the Dad Collective Podcast.
Episode 11, the holiday episode.
I thought we were on 12.
12 is the next one. Our special guest is coming out.
I'm really not good with numbers.
It's not about numbers. It's just about like remembering the last episode.
It's
remembering what we said.
It's all just a blur, but I'm proud of us.
It's a proud blur.
Because we're wrapping up the season almost.
I can't believe that we have actually said we were going to do this and did it.
Yeah, so I do a lot of research on podcasting.
Yeah.
And apparently most podcasts don't get to episode 7.
And we're on episode 11.
Yeah, and they haven't seen episode 7, so who knows? We might just light it all on fire.
It's true. I haven't edited it yet, so when I get to it and it's just awful, I'm like, okay, we're throwing in the towel on episode 6.
We're starting a podcast about dinosaurs.
Or we can start a podcast about failing podcasts.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's like an inception. Like a podcast within a podcast.
It's funny because I'm like actually running through the idea in my head right now, being like, how can we monetize that?
I just throw ideas out and you got to turn them into something. That's it.
What I do. I turn things into dollars.
Speaking of turning things into dollars, right now your wife is about to turn herself into a mom.
Wow.
We're really close.
We're very close. So
I always ask how long away.
Well, so I'm trying to think like podcast or real life.
Real life.
Real life. We're like 18 days out.
Crazy.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. We had an ultrasound on Wednesday. She's over it. She just wants him out.
I know. I saw her when I was coming today and she's like, just end this. I want the baby already. I don't need this anymore. She
wants Saint Nick to come down her chimney.
Heyo. Well, you're dressed the part.
I sure am.
Will you do me a favor? Will you wear that sweater to the hospital?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just wear the sweater. It's a good sweater.
What do you think of my sweater?
I like it. Is that a sweater?
Santa Claus riding a dinosaur.
It reminds me of like a paintball jersey. And you're not like the paintballing type.
I'm not very active in sports.
No.
So this definitely isn't that.
Is paintballing a sport?
I'd say some people who paintball would argue that it is.
Yeah, they might win because they've got a paintball gun. So you're not going to argue with those guys.
Those guys are the hardest core guys ever. So you do not want to like belittle their sport.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. But by the time you guys watch this episode, I will have a baby.
And that will be the start of season 2.
That will be the start of season 2. It's kind of like a metamorphosis of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly.
Like have you gotten that book yet? The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
Of course. That was my favorite book, man.
You need that. My kids still love it to this day.
I still can't go through that Robert Munch book. I Love You for...
Oh, yeah, Without Crying?
Without Crying. I see the book and I start crying.
It's very overwhelming.
It is. Yeah, I remember I got like a signed copy or something for my mom for one of her birthdays or Mother's Day.
Did she cry?
Probably.
You were like 17. She's like, what the fuck is this? Get me like...
I wanted a Tiffany bracelet.
Get me a David Yurman bracelet or something.
You have a job, man. Spend the good cash.
I guess the $8 book. That's nice.
But speaking of gifts...
Holidays are a time for giving. And I'll tell you this, Paul. I will tell you this right fucking now. As the kids get older...
Yeah.
It's a lot more difficult to start thinking about presents for kids and balancing like, do I just buy everything that I want for them? Or do you like, teach them a lesson and get them like, something within reason, obviously within your own means, but like, it's harder. Like when you're younger, you can just buy sometimes you can just buy like dollar store shit to just kind of fluff up the other presents.
Yeah.
But now they see through that. Like Joey's like, I want a phone.
She wants a phone.
She wants a phone.
Get her like a phone.
We used to buy like those VTech like fake toy phones.
I had like the neon phone and I got yelled at for spending like $80 on a phone. I went to the mall.
Yelled at by who? Your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's you buying a gift for yourself.
Yeah, I just went to the mall and bought one of those neon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of
There was like a
course.
store at the mall that only sold phones.
Neon phones.
Yeah, it was weird, and I got yelled at and that a little foreshadowing for how I spend money.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
for both of us.
And to smooth it over, you bought your mom the I Love You book.
Yeah, I'm like, here's a car. Don't yell at me for buying a phone.
Exactly.
But so yeah, just holidays obviously aren't just about gifts, but we'll just mosey on and touch on that.
Yeah.
So like, do you go for like the one big gift and then the
I
small
think we
ones?
definitely have like our showstopper, like,
Okay.
like the gift that they may have been asking for, or
Sure.
that we know they really are going to like. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like expensive, but it's just like the gift we know will win. Having said that, we've done that before. We're like, this is the gift they're going to love. And it's not the gift they pay attention to at all. And they like something, one of the outer kind of presents, but
Like the wrapping or
yeah, the wrapping for sure. I mean, Atlas loves the boxes.
what's that meme with an avocado?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When he gives the gift and he's, I think it was a banana or something.
I think it was an avocado.
Well, maybe we saw two different memes.
Maybe.
But yeah, sometimes just like the way you present the presents to them,
Yeah.
like the fanfare around it can be more exciting. Like if they open up a gift and you're like, oh, you got it. Like you're excited, they get more excited. But if you're just kind of like chilling or laid back, your response or your kind of like reaction to it could affect their excitement for it.
So you got to go like full WWE. Like when they're walking down the stairs, you got the fireworks go in. You hit one of your kids over the head with a chair.
Yeah, we do that. We bought chairs for that. But yeah, like specialty chairs. Not chairs just to sit on, but chairs to smash
your kids'
faces. But yeah, it's very overwhelming to think about present time and what to get who and the other part is that I feel like we're jumping into this really early, but the other part is that Sonny and Joey are at an age that like obviously Sonny wants everything that Joey has.
Okay.
And so we find ourselves often, not necessarily just around the holidays, but like when we're buying something for one of them, we don't have to buy them a second one. But if we're buying two presents, like one for Joey, one for Sonny, we usually choose like the same thing as opposed to like
the exact same.
Not
like different characters in like a
because
Bratz doll or whatever.
The best toys that ever were invented were like these blind box stuff. Like you don't. So in other words, it's like it's a toy. It's in any type of toy. There's lots of different toys, but basically the toy comes in like a box. You don't know what it is. Like it's in a series of like toys. So let's just say like there's squishy toys. I don't know.
Squishy toys.
And then there's like this type of toy and this type of animal and this type of animal. There's like 20 different animals in the set or the series.
So it's just a surprise.
It's a surprise. And so, that way we give it to them and say the line is you get what you get and you don't get upset.
Okay.
That's what you say to them.
That's like the line of the toy or what you say to your kids.
That's what we say to our kids before we give them this toy because we can't control what's inside. So like we got you this fun toy. It's going to be a surprise, but whatever you get, and you can't be upset.
There's no tradesies?
No, they can tradesies.
Okay.
Trade all day. If they both agree to a trade, that's fair.
No givebacks?
No, with blind boxes, there's no givebacks.
That's it. It's yours for the rest of your life.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Okay.
But yeah, buying presents and thinking about that stuff. And
are you like a plan ahead or last minute kind of person?
So Jamie is like super on top of it. I'm really not a present
June,
buyer.
And she's buying Christmas gifts?
Well, she does. So Jamie, what she does, not necessarily Christmas or Hanukkah gifts or holiday gifts or birthday gifts, but she starts to stock up throughout the year. If she comes across, not just for toys or gifts for our kids, but like gifts for other people. So like if we go to, I feel like I talk about Buffalo a lot on this podcast.
You do. You were supposed to go last weekend.
I did.
Oh, by yourself?
No, I went with my aunt.
Oh.
Which sounds, I don't know, depends on your relationship.
I was waiting for the call.
Well, no, I did message you, but you said you couldn't go. There's something that you were doing. You told me like a couple days before that.
I think I had clients, yeah.
You had something. But it was supposed to be my cousin and my aunt. And then the morning of, speaking of kids, my cousin's kid got like sick, like throwing up, diarrhea, all that fun stuff.
Seems to happen a lot with kids.
Yeah, the kids get sick often.
But I would call bullshit on 3/4 of the time.
No.
You're just getting out of stuff.
They don't have
sorry, my kid has explosive diarrhea.
I use that for sure.
Well, see?
I thought you meant the kids fake it.
No.
Well,
like we faked sick.
Yeah, but not that early in our lives. You can't
Speak
do that.
for yourself. I was like 6 months old.
It was like
I've got jaundice.
It's like Ferris Bueller, right? Like just like you're putting your head with a warm cloth on it.
So Buffalo.
So Buffalo.
Yeah.
And so Jamie often, like wherever we are, so she's in Buffalo, which often we get good deals on toys and presents. She'll like buy like 6 like, you know, like American Girl dolls that are on sale from like $69 to like $9.99. And we just have in our basement like toys in our like furnace room, so that if there's a birthday coming up, whether it's a cousin, a friend, a fan, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Like, here's a toy.
We got toys for every type of kid. And those toys that don't get given out throughout the year to other people's presents become part of their gifts come like the holidays.
I think I'm still traumatized by Halloween because you said toys in your furnace room. And I immediately went to Freddy Krueger. Like immediately, without even a beat. I was just like going to be like, oh, okay, that's great. You're the Thornhill serial killer.
I used to be so afraid of my furnace room when I was a kid.
Yeah, because of Shadow Man, which we still haven't touched on, but we will.
We will for episode 12.
When we talk about childhood trauma.
That's season 2.
So she plans ahead. You don't. I'm a last minute guy. I like whenever I need to buy. I really don't buy gifts for anyone other than Jess. So
yeah,
and the dogs.
You don't buy me anything.
I buy a lot of stuff for a lot of
I want presents, so not just like a dinner or
fine.
like in-ear headphones
or just a podcast
or
sets.
a podcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or
Yeah,
everything that you buy me, but like I want an actual like present. Like, hey, Daniel,
Here's an agency hat.
great job this week. You're a stand-up guy. Thought you might like this, you know, towel.
So your love language is words of affirmation and gifts.
Yes.
You're a complex fellow.
I need both.
I like the last minute shopping better because I feel like I focus harder on what to get.
You need to get,
If I-
you know, you got the job.
But that's how I've been with my whole life. Schoolwork, last minute, like anything. If I'm supposed to be somewhere at 6, I leave at 6:05. It's
That's
always,
not a good trait.
always last minute.
But you're not going to want to do that when you have kids because you're going to, especially your first like holidays, like obviously
We're having our first holiday.
your first holiday. I mean, the kid's going to be an amoeba, so they're not going, you know, you'll probably buy some fun little things, but like there's going to be no, excuse me, there's going to be no reaction to you giving the gift to your little, what's his name today?
Saint Nick. I already said it.
Oh, I missed that.
I just slid that right in there. Like he's going to
you
slide
said
out.
Saint Nick's going to
Oh, he's not even going to slide out. He's going to get tossed out.
Saint Nick's going
ripped
to get
out.
stuck in the chimney and ripped out through the side.
Yeah, he's big this year.
But you have to, so you'll start to like think more ahead because, or Jess will, somebody will, because you'll start to get excited to see the happiness in the presents you give them.
I feel like I was a bad gift receiver as a kid.
Were you? From like your parents or just people
From
in
my
general?
parents. I'm very hard to buy for. Like
Yeah.
I've always been someone who's hard to buy for.
I think if we just buy you like a new piece of tech, you're happy because that's what would make me happy.
I'm not even though. Like it's not because like what like another MacBook Pro or
No, I mean, that's pretty expensive.
yeah, like
but
it's I just like yeah because if I want something I just go and buy it for myself.
I know as you get older, that's the thing is like you can buy the present for yourself. So
Yeah.
you really have to think outside the box.
So yeah, I'm very A, hard to surprise. B, I really don't need a lot of stuff. So I've always been hard to buy for. But like I felt like as a kid, I don't know, maybe I was just like a brat.
Were there any presents that you got as a kid that like you still remember and create like evoked an emotion in you, like happiness, even if you didn't show it? I'm also not so great at showing like, oh my God, thank you. I'm very not that guy either. But
Yeah.
do you remember presents from when you were a kid? Like for holidays specifically, like not birthdays, but like Hanukkah or whatever?
I would say when I was a bit older, I think I got my first drum set when I was 12.
Yeah.
And I remember one year.
Was that a Christmas? Like, was that a holiday gift?
No, so it was 13 because I think it was for my bar mitzvah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was 13. And I remember that holiday season, my parents got me like a bunch of drum stuff and that I was really stoked on that. And I
Yeah.
remember just randomly because I had that like electric pad thing.
Yeah.
So
Everyone loved those.
I remember I like wanted one and I might have been like 14. I was like, oh shit, it's a lot of money. And then my dad just came home and brought that home for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was sick. Cause like no one ever just gets to me like random stuff.
It's the random times that are the best times to get presents.
Yeah. So I like the holiday season because I love giving gifts. Like I love buying gifts for people. I'm more of a giver than a receiver.
We'll confirm that with Jess.
But no, I really do. Like,
You know, that's a scientific fact. I think someone proved that like there's you get more endorphins or your happiness level, whatever biologically happens to you when you give presents or give something away than receive something. So that's not an uncommon feeling.
Yeah. And I like doing that. Like I buy gifts for my team and like my assistant and like I love getting getting Jess stuff. I actually haven't even thought of what to get her for the holidays yet.
And it's harder the longer you're with them. because you cover all the things.
Yeah.
Like with like multiple holidays as a married couple, you start to
Well, yeah.
lose like I know everything she has in this house. I don't know what else to get her.
She actually corrected me from watching the podcast, which you should all be doing on Spotify and YouTube. We'll go
it's
to
a
that
little
later.
early.
But we've been together for coming up 4 years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we've been together for 3 years. She's like,
you said that in one of the episodes?
Yeah. And she's like, no, it's 4 years. So I'm coming up 4 years.
4 years.
4 years, married since August. But yeah, like we have given each other a lot of gifts. And now I've been like racking my brain of what to do for Christmas, but we're so close to the baby being born. And I have like a push present for her. And so I'm just like, what do I
It's a
do?
lot.
Obviously I'm still going to get her something.
But she won't see this until the baby's born, I think. So
Yeah.
we can kind of
Unless she's creeping
say
through the
shit.
window.
Yeah, she's just like
watching
peeking through
us.
the door.
With a glass on the freaking window.
What kind of glass? Oh, you mean like we did back in the day?
I don't think that works.
Get her something that's like, because she'll be emotional, right? She just has a newborn. Get her something like baby related, maybe.
But everything we've been buying is baby related.
But more about her, giving her an opportunity to, this sounds cheesy, but she'll probably be excited and take advantage of it. But something like a homemade like coupon book, like an hour for you to go lay down without the baby can be redeemed at any point. And she'll be like, oh my God. Like, so in other words, we all know that thoughtful presents usually go further.
Well, you haven't met Jess.
She doesn't like thoughtful presents.
No, she does.
She's like, get me
She wants another Birkin.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Birkin, I don't know. The high end stuff.
Yeah.
Or would you do that? Like, she wouldn't appreciate that?
No, she would appreciate it.
Or she would laugh at you?
I would be a part of a gift. That would be a part of a gift. If I just did that.
And then she's like flipping through the book. One free blowjob. How'd that get in here?
That's awkward.
Yeah, I've gotten that before. Not a blowjob,
No, he's never gotten one of those.
I've never. This is the year. But Jamie did get me a coupon book. Actually, it's kind of funny. Yes, it had all those things in it. Like, again, married for a while. It's like, here, one free blowjob, one free BJ, as the kids say.
He's really putting that out there.
Putting it out there. This episode's definitely going to have the
This
parents.
episode is sponsored by blowjobs.
But those things are great because, you know what? As time goes on, you're right. Like, Jamie can buy me the new Apple Watch or this, that. And there's not much meaning behind it. It's just like a replacement for an old toy or an old toy for us.
Sure.
But when there's thought put into it, it's like, okay, you appreciate those things more, I think, as you get older.
Yeah, like what Jess did for my 40th birthday. Like
that was amazing.
That like blew me away. Like,
more so than the present, like in many ways, right?
It was everything. Like she got me like a birth year watch, so a watch that was made the same year I was born. And
which means I can have it because
we can just all trade it. I'm like big into watches and she knows that.
Yeah.
And like that blew me away that she went to like the guys that I deal with to source it.
Well, that's the thing.
And that was just like, holy shit.
So it wasn't the actual like watch. It's like, okay,
it's the watch.
No, I know,
I'm
but
I'm wearing it.
It's an expensive watch. Great.
Yeah.
But the fact that she went and obviously like communicated with these guys, gave them a heads up, said if this watch comes in, because you obviously can't buy, in many cases, you can't buy Rolex from a Rolex store.
No.
There's sold, years of waiting lists, right?
Yeah.
And so she needed to find this watch, which is clearly a vintage watch.
Yep.
And so she had to like think about this ahead of time, like with a good amount of time. And that I think is probably what also affected you quite a bit.
She messaged a couple of my friends and she also planned that dinner. that I found out about at the last minute.
It's a great dinner.
During the snowstorm.
It was a horrible snowstorm.
Horrible. So I was actually surprised you guys came.
How could I not come?
Yeah, you're like free steak dinner.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, to be honest, I'll be completely honest with you. I went in there thinking I was paying for it. Like I would not assume that Jess was paying for that. That you guys were paying for that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you're a couple.
Well, we actually split it,
because you weren't married yet. So you still had your own separate bank accounts.
Still do.
But you don't have a communal one for anything?
Just for the mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. And it's whatever, groceries maybe or no?
No.
Still independees?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's not that crazy of a question.
But that was like the thought of all of that was awesome. That was very, very thoughtful. And it just, again, goes back to like mental health. I feel like my complex is like people don't always like think about me and all that kind of stuff. So that really blew me away. But
not as much as that BJ coupon.
Exactly. Got to cash that one bad boy in. But I really like giving gifts, and that's also why I'm kind of excited to have a kid, because like Saint Nick is just going to get like I don't want to say spoiled because I don't want him to become a fucking asshole.
Saint Nick Stein, because it's half
Yeah,
Jewish,
yeah,
half,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, Christian.
Sure. But I don't want him to get spoiled because I want him to like appreciate everything. And then
Yeah, you don't want the
eventually earn it.
expectation to be there like, I deserve this present, but be prepared that like that excitement of like giving a gift as they get older sometimes is just a huge letdown. Because I said like earlier, it's like you think about your kid, you want to get this present, you think they're gonna love it. They watch this show every day, and you find a doll that you can't find it, whatever it is, and you give it to them, and they don't give a shit about it. They don't care about it sometimes.
Really?
And of course, because kids, you said when you were little, like you weren't a great gift receiver,
And I actually
that's-
remember. Like,
that's why.
there was I think I got like a Ninja Turtle game on Game Boy.
Yeah.
And I was like upset about it for some reason. And I had like a birthday party. It was like a bowling party or something that day.
It's all we ever had were bowling parties.
I had the video game parties.
And the video
I
game
was
parties.
innovative.
Yeah.
And I was like upset about it. I was like, I don't want to have my birthday party. I hate you. I'm running away.
Yeah, we had
And I just
crazy mood
don't.
swings.
And I just don't get why. Because like I was a
Maybe
big
there's
video
something
game
else
guy.
that you wanted, or
I don't remember, but I do remember just being
sometimes
like,
it's for no reason though.
yeah, it was probably for no reason, or I was just like in a shitty mood. But and like now I'm kind of like worried about that happening.
It's gonna happen. So like temper your
Give
expectations.
me an example. You've got one brewing.
I can't remember.
What kid are you gonna shit on today?
Yeah,
You haven't really shat on Atlas that much.
It's again because he's too. Oh, speaking of Atlas, I took him. This isn't a great story, but I took him to get a haircut
I
today.
saw the Instagram post.
Yeah, and I got him like a mullet, like a full
Sick.
out mullet, and
Nice.
he's so cute. He looks awesome. And the hairdresser was like, "This is the first mullet I'm doing on like a
Do you
kid
shave
of
the
this age."
sides?
Yeah, like we brought it to like a 3, so maybe kind of like how mine
Throw
is
up a
right
photo.
now.
Throw up a photo. Not now. I'm saying for them. I saw it.
Can you see on the camera?
Okay. No. So yeah, this is what he looks like. Do
Yeah.
you?
So yeah, if I don't miss that in the edit, but yeah, I can't think of an exact situation where I gave them a present and they were unhappy about it, but I know it's happened and it will 100% happen. Just the same way you didn't give a shit about that thing that you probably really wanted. Sometimes kids' reactions are not what you want, as like you want your own fulfillment. Because again, when you're giving presents, you want that your own selfish gratification in a way, like you want them to be excited about it.
Who's like more willing to spend? Is it you or Jamie?
Jamie,
What?
way more.
What?
Yeah, I've matured in my old age.
You have changed.
No, I mean, Jamie, I'm an easy person to convince.
Yeah.
Like she's like, oh, like even on the way here today, Jamie's like, we have to decide about Sunny. Like Sunny loves art. We were trying to figure out what Sunny loves. She's tried gymnastics. She lies down on the mats and sucks her thumb. She's tried dance. She sits in the corner and sucks her thumb. So we started to realize that Sunny's like me and doesn't like to be super active. She doesn't want to move a lot.
She does.
She's very she wants to lie on the couch and suck her thumb and eat chips and chill. She's like my Booby Faye. That's exactly how she was.
Yeah.
And so I'm like it too, but she loves art. And anytime she'll grab paper and just start drawing shit. And she's pretty good for her age, in my opinion. And so there's an art class we want to sign her up for. And it's like $1,100, which I don't know if that sounds like a lot or a little, but it's a lot
of money.
It's a lot of money for a kids program.
Who do you think I am? That
No, I'm saying
$1,100.
no, but I'm saying I didn't know. Sorry, not just about life, that amount of money, but I mean like for kids programs. So like when you start doing activities for kids, you start to see a range of like how much things cost for the same amount of time. So like dance is like $550, and gymnastics is like $600, whatever.
Are we
for the
talking
classes.
for a year? 12 classes? Like what are we talking?
No, it's usually like half a year.
So can that be a
It's
Christmas
season.
present?
No,
Why?
they need a physical toy.
Give them a freaking envelope with a coupon.
Just don't get those coupons mixed
Yeah,
up,
that'd be an
or that
awkward
will be an awkward
situation.
situation. But yeah, so that's an expensive program in my mind for kids their age. And Jamie's like, let's do it. Like, she'll love it. I'm like, oh, okay. Right. That was her convincing me to spend it. But Jamie is a big spender as much as I am. I buy the big things. So I'm like, I got the Sonos system.
Yeah. You
and
set
it's fully set up.
Amazing.
Looks awesome.
It's life changing.
It's life changing, except
Yeah.
I have kids, so I can never turn it loud.
That's like, we've been going hard. I've been like, okay, movie after freaking movie because I
Yeah.
know it's going to stop because I'm just going to have my headphones
stops.
in.
And you don't want to go too quiet because you do want the kids to be,
That's
used to it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, we haven't turned it up super loud yet, but Jamie buys a lot of little things. Like she's constantly buying like, oh, I got this little like vest. It's like
goes to like
$29. Whatever, Home Sense or
dude,
stores.
Everything adds up. Like just us preparing for St. Nick to come, it's like, it's a lot, man. Like baby clothes aren't cheap.
Nothing's cheap
Nothing
anymore.
is cheap. And I remember when I would like buy, like my go-to gift for babies is like the hooded bathrobe. I definitely 100% bought your kids.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, from like
and we ordered yours already.
Oh, the exact same thing?
No,
just giving.
Jamie does something. She does that too, like not a bathrobe, like a hooded towel thing.
Yeah,
which is I guess
it's got like the animal heads. So like I was like, yeah, it's $45. Like but you're buying a lot of shit.
That's why I told you last time, and I guess I don't know if you fully believe me because you keep buying kids clothes, but like anytime you cannot buy kids clothes, take advantage of it. Hand-me-downs, all that shit is so good because kids, much like toys in many ways, treat their presents and clothes like garbage, and they come home and they're ruined. And so you quickly, your first kid, me and Jamie bought so much fun stuff ahead of time because we were like, I want to look cool, I want to look whatever. And then like a month into it, we're just like, fuck it, like get me saran wrap and that's her outfit for the day.
The paper bag princess.
Paper bag princess. That's really the life you have to lead.
So coming into the holiday season, like what's that one thing that you're just like, shit, it's here?
What do you mean?
Like you're just like, oh my God, it's like I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm a big Christmas guy.
We are too, and none of us in our family really are supposed to celebrate it, but we love it and we do a tree and we get excited for the holidays every year. During the shit weather, that's all you really have.
For me, it's obviously once Halloween's done, I'm in like Christmas mode,
right away.
But it's at Starbucks,
all the holiday drinks.
Because the chestnut praline latte, I only do ice.
I had a sugar
drinks.
cookie one today. It was delicious.
Yeah, you gotta do them half sweet because they're.
I do it half sweet. Of course, they're way too much. But I drink hot though.
Yeah, see, I only drink year round iced coffee. But the chestnut praline and then the snowman cookie. As soon as that's there,
it
I'm
feels
just
good.
like it's holiday.
It's true though. When you pull up to that, do you do Starbucks drive-thrus in this area, or you don't have any of those?
We do have one of them, but
yeah. So either way, when you walk in or you pull up to the drive-thru and you start to see like
the red cups,
all the red cups and the nice pictures and animations and all the things on the screen, you're like, it feels great. Like, and that's the thing. It evokes that feeling of like whatever it was, holiday season childhood, when we go tobogganing, when we get presents from our parents, when we'd have 2 weeks off for like the first time in so long.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is like nostalgic and brings back the energy. My favorite present as a kid, when I got one, because I was thinking about it, I didn't want to forget, and you had one too. We all did, but I got it for like the holidays. I got it for Hanukkah. Well, remember those pull-on sports jackets?
We all had those.
Yeah. Well, which one did you have? I think you had like a Chiefs one. Oh, no, you had Ducks later on, but I think you had a green one earlier before Ducks.
It was Mighty Ducks. I always had Mighty Ducks ones.
I know, but the Mighty Ducks didn't come out until the Mighty Ducks movie, and this was
Oakland.
before. It was Oakland. That's
Oakland
right.
Days, yeah.
I think I had a few, but I had the San Jose Sharks.
Are those still around?
You can buy them on like eBay for a lot, but I would buy them again.
Yeah,
and wear them.
Those are sick.
They were so sick.
Were they winter jackets?
They were winter jackets. I mean, they weren't like
Canada
what we have
Goose,
today, like Canada Goose and all these
Montclair,
brands that say minus 68 degrees.
Yeah.
Back then, that stuff didn't exist, and our parents put on anything that was in like the Sport Check or whatever, hanging thing that was advertised as a winter jacket. It probably didn't keep us very warm, but I do not remember being very cold.
So that was a gift. So
it was a gift.
Stoked on.
I was so excited for that jacket.
Okay.
Like I opened it up, I was in my bed, I was like blown away because I don't think my parents never got me like really expensive presents ever.
Either did mine.
I just got, it was like usually my uncle that would get me something cool. Like my
Batman.
uncle bought me, Batman bought me my first Nintendo.
It must be nice when you got Bruce Wayne as a fucking uncle.
And just, getting all that Bruce Wayne money.
No, my parents bought me.
That orphan money.
Yeah. Video games were always a big thing for me. I basically had every system.
Yeah.
But
what was your favorite system?
Not including like I would say PS5 because it's
forget that. Just think of like childhood. Because we went through a few as kids.
So people were always divided with like Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
So I had both, but
gotta have both.
Yeah, and I really liked Super Nintendo was great, and then Xbox. I remember I bought Xbox. One of our friends owned a video game. His parents owned a video game store. Was it Elliot?
Yes.
Yeah, his parents owned
Wasn't it Elliot?
Microplay, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
You
like
get hooked up.
put aside an Xbox, and we were working then, so I went and bought one, and that was when shit got crazy with like Max Payne and like
Yeah, that's when graphics
and like Call of
next
Duty,
level.
which made me very addicted to video games for a while.
and shooting.
Yeah, shooting too. That's
But I think for me, the video game systems that like I feel were like big step forwards and moments I was super excited to get them
yeah,
was obviously Nintendo.
for sure.
Nintendo 64, I feel like was another one. Super Nintendo 2 for sure. It's either Nintendo or Super Nintendo that got me super excited.
And what happened to your Nintendo 64?
Oh, that was stolen. Nintendo 64 was amazing. That was the first time you can walk
Yeah.
forward back in a 3D environment.
Wave Runner.
Wave Runner
used to play that
and the
at
tricks
Becker's.
where you get the extra
Yeah,
points
we play that at Becker's all the time.
all the time, and
Yeah.
Temmie's.
Yeah,
But also PlayStation 1 was
I
like,
didn't have it. That was one
really?
I didn't have. Yeah, I got
because
like,
I played Tekken at a friend's house and just like fell in love
Yeah.
with PlayStation.
and yeah, I was big with the handhelds. Like I had the Game Boy Advance, Game Gear.
Did you ever have the? Oh yeah, I was
I
just
had
saying Game
PSP.
Gear,
I had Game Gear. Yeah, because we would drive till.
and it was
Florida all the
it
time.
was like the first colored screen was
Yeah,
the
it
Game
was
Gear.
great. It was great, and even now I have like a Switch, and I still
Do you
play
play it
video games.
often? I have a Switch too. I
I
very rarely play.
I play when I travel.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I got the new one with the big screen.
Yeah.
And like the new Zelda is amazing. Anyways, holidays.
Holidays. Well, this is it. Gift giving time.
Favorite holiday movie. That's a tough one.
I have a
because there
few.
are some.
I have a
But
few.
if you had to say one, screw the few, because that's
Okay.
easy.
Okay. Well, I'll say my one and then I'll say my few.
Sure.
So I'll give you the first one. So my favorite holiday movie is probably so close. I'll say Jingle All the Way.
Wow. Okay. Great
Jingle
movie.
All the Way,
When
probably.
you were talking about finding that hard toy.
Yeah, that just everything about that movie I loved. What about you? I'll tell you my backup list after, but what's your favorite?
Home Alone 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one too.
Home Alone 2, hands down. Everyone usually goes for Elf, which is phenomenal.
That's
Don't
part of
get
my
me
list
wrong.
too. Yeah,
It
but that's
has
later
to
in our
be.
lives. We were a little older when Elf came out.
Elf was freaking amazing. Home Alone 2 is a maybe controversial take, the best Home Alone in the series. I think it's way better than Home Alone 1.
It's not way better.
I think I could watch Home Alone 2 multiple times. I watch
because
it
you
every
love
year.
New York, which I do too.
I
But that's
love-
why you love that setting.
It's
probably.
that. It's Trump, which they removed.
John Candy.
They removed
John Candy in
the
one.
polka band.
So good.
It is. There's a lot of good cameos in that, and the Peen in the Bed with Kieran Culkin and all that. And
Just
if
it's
you like
classic.
Succession,
You can't argue Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1.
and then the random Home Alone 3 with that weird kid.
So my kids, we watch all, not the weird kid. He was in tons of shit. That
Sure,
kid.
but it's not
But
Macaulay Culkin.
No, they changed it, whatever. It's kind of a straight to DVD essentially. But
Yeah.
then there's more. There's more than 3. I think there's like a 4th one too.
there might actually be a 5th
Yeah. And so me and my kids watch all of them every year.
in succession.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
right after each other and just like not all at once, but we go through all these holiday movies, which is also fun and exciting because you can share
Yeah.
these movies with your kids. But I also have some weird ones like
Die Hard.
not Die Hard, which
But
is
we'll get
arguably
into-
not.
We're gonna get into that because I wanted to actually discuss.
Okay, I want to hear your take on that.
Yeah.
But me and my family watch, like my family and extended family, we watch 2 Christmas movies together every year. We have a party at somebody's house and watch like 2 horrible, in many ways cheesy but great Christmas movies. We watch A Very Brady Christmas,
Phenomenal.
phenomenal, and we find every mistake in that movie.
I went through like a weird phase where I really liked the Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch is amazing.
Yeah, great show.
Great show.
Yeah.
And we watch White Christmas, which is a classic.
I
You never heard of White Christmas?
it sounds
It sounds maybe in 2023 it sounds bad, but it's really referencing to the snow, and it's a fantastic movie. It's Paul. Google most popular Christmas movie of all time.
in like Germany.
White Christmas will be number 1. Google it now.
It's like a
Use the Google.
skinhead Christmas.
No, it's like Bing Crosby and
yeah,
like
I know the movie.
it's amazing. And
I just
and what's his name's aunt, isn't it? Clooney.
Clooney's aunt,
Yeah, she was like a very famous actress.
George Clooney's aunt.
Yeah, aunt or like grandmother or something.
Zero idea who you're talking about.
She's amazing.
Amazing.
Very
I
famous.
just watched a Santa Claus movie last year that came
the
out.
Santa Claus has to be on the list too.
That is a good one, yeah. Where the Santa Claus movie, it was like shooting everyone. No, it was it came out last year. It was
And you
really,
think White Christmas is bad, and
was
you're
funny.
watching Murder Santa?
yeah, Murder Santa was the freaking greatest. Harold and Kumar Christmas special.
Yeah,
phenomenal,
Really good.
underrated movie.
Yeah.
Very underrated. But then Die Hard. It's a very controversial take.
I don't know if that's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Is it?
Because like they say it's a Christmas movie and they made it.
Yeah.
But like, I watch it every year because it's phenomenal. It's very sad what's happening with Bruce Willis right now.
It's insane. I saw a
Terrible
video of him
times.
the other day.
But I think it's a great feel-good movie.
It is a great movie.
It is. You don't think it's a Christmas movie?
I get why people say it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But it's not like a Christmas movie for me. Here's a more controversial question.
Batman.
Yeah, Returns.
I feel like a couple of Batman movies took place during Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think, again, there's a line in the sand of taking place during Christmas and being a Christmas movie. And that's mostly off the feels you get from the main plot of the story.
But that also can just depend on mood, mental state.
Yeah, that's fine. But for me, I have a line. And if the movie isn't about the holiday and it just happens to be the holiday, then it's not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my line.
What's an example?
Batman.
Batman?
Batman.
Well, Batman, I don't know if I would call him. There was probably...
Okay, Die Hard. It's not about Christmas.
Well, it is, though. He's trying to get home for Christmas.
Yeah, but I feel like the main plot of the story isn't following like the Christmas story.
I feel like they tried to tie all of them into Christmas, now thinking back of it.
Maybe. But yeah, I didn't what other Christmas movies were fantastic?
That A Christmas Story was one that we always watched with my family with Ralphie, and the sticking the tongue to the pole, right? That I really enjoyed, and there was one more that was on the tip of my tongue that I really liked about Christmas time.
Not movies or?
Well, no, with movies. I also really
I had the question. Go ahead. What you liked? Which one?
But I also really like Christmas episodes of shows.
The best, right? You like Home Improvement.
Home Improvement was always good.
All these Christmas episodes are amazing.
He made a great Santa Claus.
He's great. And then he came up with a show recently. It's like on Disney Plus. There's like the Santa Clauses or something.
The whole family.
I don't watch it.
JTT was in that movie, wasn't it?
He was in what movie? The Santa Claus? No,
there was a Christmas Coming Home for Christmas with Jonathan.
Yeah, he's
Taylor
older
Thomas.
in that movie though.
Yeah.
He's like a teenager and coming home from like university or something.
Yeah, but Elf is, I think, in this also
is the most modern day classic in my opinion.
I want to say it might even be the best Christmas movie of all time. And it's not my favorite Christmas. It's in my top 3. But
it is a perfect Christmas movie.
I think it is Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf and like Zooey Deschanel and like his kid, just everything. For Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Like just everything about that movie.
He died though, his dad in it. What's his name again? Famous actor who plays Buddy's dad.
Yeah, he's passed away.
He's amazing.
He passed away.
Here's the controversial question.
Let's hear
it's
it.
not Die Hard.
Okay.
Is this a Christmas movie or not? And the or not is it a Halloween movie? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Both.
Christmas or Halloween?
Both.
Can't be both. Choose one.
It's a Christmas movie. They live in Halloween Town, but it's a Christmas movie. It is.
I'll agree with you.
Well, it's called The Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's...
Yeah, I mean, but it's... Sure, but yeah, is it... That's the question. Do you watch it on Christmas or do you watch it on Halloween? You watch it on both, I'm guessing.
To be honest, I haven't seen it in a long time. What I did see for the first time, and Jess was really surprised, I never saw Bad Santa. Up until... And they're all so fucking good.
I've only seen the first one.
Oh man, they are quality Christmas
Would you show
movies.
your kid that movie?
Sure.
Right away?
But as soon as he's home, it's on the list. Should I do 30 days of Christmas movies? I think
what day is the baby?
The 4th.
Saint Nick?
The 4th.
Nope. I think from the 4th to the 30th, you will be watching nothing.
Well, there's a UFC fight.
Except yourself in the mirror as tears stream down your face of overwhelming sadness and happiness, but mostly sadness. So I have a feeling you're going to spoil your kid for holidays.
Yeah,
you said that you're not going to do that, but like I don't think you can control yourself.
I like to buy gifts,
extravagant.
Yes, I do. To be honest, I like experiences too. Like this year, we went to Cayman Islands. That was a fun experience for her birthday.
But that wouldn't be a good present for a kid.
Yeah, they would like it.
They'd like it, but they won't accept it as the gift.
They won't. No. So it needs to be a physical.
They will spit on your ticket.
So are they like dropping hints? I feel like this episode's been just like about gifts,
presents. Well, I mean, listen. Let's be honest. When it's the holidays in a family with kids, a lot of the conversation between you and your wife and you and your kids are presents because it's great to give them the deeper message and we do all that fun stuff and we talk about like charitable options, and we do that as well, but it's not as fun to talk about on a podcast as fun presents.
Yeah.
And so every year there is, remember when we were kids, like Tickle Me Elmo and like these things that came out that were like the Furby that were the present of the year, the gift that everyone wanted that not everyone could get. That,
isn't it?
It's still like that.
So what's the hot shit right now?
I don't know what
the
hot. That's the thing is, I'm not in tune with what's hot right now for this year. I remember last year the really hot thing to get were these. I forget what they're called. They have a really funny name, but essentially what they are is they're like kind of an egg or something like an egg. Oh, magical mixies or magical mixies. That's what they're called.
Magical mixies.
They're really cool. What you do is you like make a potion, and I could be getting this a little bit wrong, but this is what I remember. You make like a little potion and you pour it into this like eggy kind of structure.
Okay.
And this whole thing comes to life. So this potion like activates something and smoke comes out and lights come out. This is a kid's present, like very like crazy, like technologically cool. Pour this shit in it and it opens up, and this like mixie, this little magical like creature that's also like a blind box. You don't know what you're getting. Lots of presents these days are blind boxes, just so you know. Like a lot of gifts. I've
never even heard this term before.
Yeah, it's like
I just think of that freaking Sandra Bullock movie,
collectible
Bird Box.
No, it's nothing like Bird Box. Don't get that present for them. But blind boxes are exactly what I said. Like they're big in the collectible world and they're making it into the mainstream toy world. But this thing opens up and this, creature is born. And you don't know what you're going to get, and it's super exciting, and that's it. You can do it once, and you can never do that again. And my kids, to this day, don't play with it anymore. Another one was like these crazy like fairy catchers. They're like also like it's like basically a giant Tamagotchi kind of.
Okay.
But it had all these like characters built in on this digital screen, and you get like sounds and noises, and you'd say there's a fairy nearby. You open the top, and it would come through the screen and it would talk to you and shit. I don't know.
Sounds terrifying.
The presents are crazy every year.
Are they dropping hints of what they want right now? Or do you just straight up ask them? Like, are they writing letters to Santa? How does that work?
No. My kids, I think we did that a little bit when Joey was little, but it's tricky because we like to celebrate Christmas, but really we celebrate Hanukkah. And so what we do is we just do, presents on like the Hanukkah night that we're doing like a dinner, and then presents on Christmas morning too, because like that's so much fun, that experience. It doesn't matter from a religious standpoint. It's like waking up, and I never had this as a kid. I was just jealous of it as a kid. I wish we got that opportunity.
I think the only friend of ours that had that was Ari.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, because I
didn't. Yeah, so. And nobody really did that, but like we saw, there was kids at our school who did, obviously.
We're watching like the Santa Raider on TV.
Yeah. And so waking up and coming downstairs and having that kind of nostalgic moment of you in your pajamas and opening presents, like it's nice to have a moment for that. Because again, the moment around the present, it doesn't matter what kind of present you're giving, big, small, expensive, doesn't make a difference. The moment around it is the memory that you have.
Yeah. So like, they still believe in the big guy, like Santa?
I don't even know.
Really?
I don't think Joey does. She's way too smart. Sunny, I think I can convince.
What about
Santa
the Tooth Fairy?
Exists.
They believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Also, like Joey's on the fence. Like she's like, I know it's not. I know there's not the Tooth Fairy, but like I play tricks and trick her to thinking like, well, if the Tooth Fairy doesn't exist, how could that have happened? Because I was here at this moment and I filmed myself like in my room sleeping, or I'll download an app of Santa like walking up to her tree and like augmented reality, putting presents in there. There's like cool shit to trick them to strengthen the lie. You got to strengthen the lie so that wild. One day that they're super let down by you.
I wonder if there's any kids with trauma in the world that found out.
I'm sure there's kids with trauma in the world.
No, that found out about that. It was triggered by being like, my parents lied to me about this stuff. My nephews still believe in Santa.
And they're 21, right?
Yeah, they're like 36.
Smoking a cigarette.
He's actually Santa at the mall. He's like, what do you mean? I am Santa.
Kid, sit on my lap.
Do you guys do that? You go do the photos with Santa?
The mall stuff? We've done it before. We don't do it every year. It's not tradition for us. Santa? Yeah, we've done it in the past.
So what are some of the Christmas traditions? Like, do you go to like the Christmas market? Do you drive around areas to look at the lights?
We do that. We are a light driving family. Do
you light up your house?
No. We don't. Oh. We celebrate Christmas or whatever, the holidays, with like stuff inside of our house, but we don't do, because and mostly because like I go all out for Halloween. Like my house is like multiple robotics, zombies crawling out of the soil. Like
you did that this year?
Yeah.
I didn't even see you post about it.
I didn't post it this year. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll show you a pic after. But I go crazy. I have multiple, whatever. It's really cool. And then by the time that's done, I don't have the energy to start like doing shit to my house again.
No.
It's really the main reason.
I always like kind of silently judge houses that don't take the lights down.
Yeah, for sure. But
I still have like a Halloween decoration up, so I don't know.
All those decorations I just mentioned for Halloween are
They're still up.
I haven't had time. I wanted to do it. Actually, I was planning on doing it tonight today after work before we booked this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have time.
Do you guys go to the Christmas market?
No.
Like in the distillery?
We don't.
No.
It's too far for us.
It's a lot though. I hate it. And every time
parking
I sell,
and driving and
maybe it's different for me because I know all like the secret areas to park just from being in real estate for so long.
Yeah.
But like even when I sell condos or anything to clients in that area, I always warn them like Christmas market's intense.
Yeah.
People actually come from around the world.
I don't like crowds.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
a lot. It's a lot.
I don't
of
like people, and when you have kids, crowds and shit are even more overwhelming.
Freaking
strollers and like people they're pissed off, secretly pissed off that you're occupying this space, and then like if you're gonna eat something, then you need like depending on the age, you need like somewhere for them to sit, and there's these. So it's just like, and you have to. So if they're not in a stroller and you're in a busy like crowd. It's a nightmare. So
I get annoyed with people with strollers and busy crowds.
Yeah. And and that shit doesn't go away even when you become a parent. Like I still get pissed off by like fucking stroller, like move your shit.
Yeah.
Like I still, even though I get it, I hate it. And so you want to do whatever's easiest for you guys that takes the least amount of effort and driving, right? Like again, you're not super far, but no matter where you drive in Toronto, you're going in traffic somewhere at some point.
Oh yeah.
And so, to get your kids in the car, to drive downtown, to get them out, to park, to drive back. It's like there's so many other things that they would, and they may not even like it. They may not even be blown away by it.
Well, I see that often with kids. Parents get so excited to take them places, and 10 minutes they're there. They're just like, I want to go home. I'm cold. My butt hurts.
That's the thing. And so like until they appreciate it, you just do the things that are easiest that can get the most wow factor, whether that's giving them a present or taking them to see Christmas lights in like suburban areas because there's like beautiful ones. There's one near us that does it for I think it's just Christmas now. They used to do it for Halloween where they deck their house out. You probably have seen stuff like this online. They deck their house out and like crazy light show, and there's a radio station you tune into, and it's and it's done to the audio.
We have a Halloween house that's like that.
And they love it. And they think it's great.
I would just like put LED panels on the sides of my house. And
that's what people are doing more of that now.
It's just multi-season.
It's easier.
You're like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day.
You just change the program.
You're like, oh, it's Boxing Day, and you just put up people boxing all the time.
That's not what
something
Boxing
we
Day
used
means.
to do. We used to get to the mall.
We love that.
Like at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And
the day after Christmas, we'd stay up all night.
We'd have a plan of every store we were going to hit, and we were in and out by like 11.
Yeah. And that was fantastic too. Like that was such a holiday experience. And so like when buying presents for kids now though, you use those. It was always Boxing Day for us. But Black Friday exists in Canada.
But that's why they started it.
Yeah, so you can fucking load up before the holidays. But gifts aside, do you plan on doing like traditional holiday-esque like dinners? Like because we don't have like a specific day for dinners.
Yeah, so we do
certain things
with Jess's family. Something that I always did as a holiday tradition on like Christmas Eve. I would always order $100 worth of Chinese food for myself.
We still do that, but that's crazy that you did it for yourself.
Yeah, and I would just stay home and watch movies, and then Christmas Day, do the Christmas Day thing with whatever. But that was always a big thing, Chinese food.
You lived a sad 30s.
It was great. I fucking loved
30
it.
to 37.
Brooklyn and I just chill in on the couch eating Chinese food.
From where?
It differed. So
depending on where you were living?
Well, because I was in the loft for a long time. I was there from like 28. Well, it was a loft, but from 20. When did I buy that? I guess I was 26. I don't know. But yeah, so I would order Chinese food, rolls in until it closed. But then I forget the other place. They had really good crispy beef.
Oh, a good crispy beef is very important.
It is. Yeah. So we do that. And then I would go to a movie.
I'm so hungry now that we're talking about this.
And then while I was single on Christmas Day, I would always go to
cry watching Celine Dion music videos.
No, I would go to a restaurant and always leave $100 tip.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what I would always do.
Was it like an expensive restaurant or just like
it doesn't matter.
Could have been anywhere?
No, because mostly it's like bars or pubs that are open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So I would always leave $100 tip. And I did that, I want to say probably
And did you just leave it with a note like you matter and walk away?
No, just left it. I don't even.
You don't wait to see the reaction?
No, I don't care. It's not
now.
It's not about the
I
reaction.
know.
For me, it's not, and I hate that.
Well, that's what it's about. Like all these videos on YouTube and stuff now. And
dude, I hate that so much when people donate to charity and they show it.
Yeah, it does irk me a little bit, but I guess my only justification, to be honest, is at least they're doing something positive versus all the negative or shitty things online. So like, fine. That's the whole Mr. Beast, cancel Mr. Beast culture right now. Is like he does some amazing things, right? He just
so frustrating.
But that's the same kind of idea on a bigger scale. About the water in Africa,
but
and stuff
he even
like that.
said people are gonna.
He said it, but that's kind of what you just said. Is that like it irks you, but at least they're doing a good thing. But yeah, it does benefit him, but who cares if it's win-win? Why can't everyone just be happy about it?
Because guys like Mr. Beast aren't doing it for the accolade or to do it. They're doing it actually to give back. Those people that you see giving out like food to homeless people,
smaller influencers.
You're not even allowed to say homeless. You have to say unhomed now.
I'm going to say homeless.
Yeah. They do that with the intention of
getting likes, views and stuff
and all that stuff. Right.
But that's better. Again, it's annoying. I agree. It's a little bit annoying it's really video specific because you can see when something's happening that's genuine or sometimes it's just bullshit. But I'd rather take those videos from people over prank videos, although I love prank videos, but like people who are pranking just like people who are not willing participants in public. Yeah. Like fuck those people.
That's really frustrating to me.
And shut up. And I did that stuff before YouTube was YouTube.
Yeah.
But so in other words, yeah, at least if it's something positive happening out of it, fine. Like,
and maybe it
take
gives
the
people,
likes with it.
Like if it gives two kids ideas to go and
do something kind.
Yeah. Cause like I always give out money left, right, and center. Like I do donate a lot to charity, but I don't.
You give now.
I don't talk about it at all.
You just did.
Yeah, but I'm just.
It's too late. It's
I'm not saying who I donate to.
But you're now that person on YouTube talking about
different.
your nice things.
It's very different with the intent that's involved. But I do feel the holidays are the perfect time to donate. There, especially now, and like I was just driving to my office. And I live in High Park. My office is in like Bloor West Village.
What's your address?
The amount of people at the food bank the other day, because
like
there's a
in
food
line?
bank, it was like staggering to me. And I remember I told Jess after, and we're talking like there were young professionals there.
Yeah, it's like $24 for a bag of rice now. I'm not surprised.
It's actually, and like now I feel more than ever the time to give
back
and make people feel special. Like I do a coat drive. I donate to toy drives because there's so many kids who just don't have the opportunity. And I feel bad for their parents. Like we are in very fortunate situations.
That's why it's important again to like not try to make the holidays for your kids not all about the presents, but the moments. As long as you got, hopefully, if you have a roof over your head, a warm house, whatever it is, you can make special moments without having to worry about having the biggest and best present.
Yeah. And that's like the type of kid that I want to raise, like one gift for me, one gift for a family in need, or, help buy a dinner for someone, or just really keep them in touch of, how fortunate they are.
Yeah. So why don't you create that tradition? It's like,
it's 100% going to be a tradition.
But not even that part of it, but take it one step further. Cause again, this is a dad podcast. So how can you include your future little Saint Nicholas in on this?
Yeah.
And it was an episode of Full House as well, but maybe part of the traditions that you do from a holidays perspective is always like you and your son go when he's old enough to understand what's happening. Cause again, like you don't want to expose your kid to that kind of the world too soon, right? Of the realities of the pressure of real world.
Yeah.
But when they're old enough to understand what that is, maybe you guys would go to like a food kitchen and do something together
1,000%.
And make that a tradition. And that's a great way to kind of like realign what the holidays are all about, right? Because you do want to give the great gifts. You want to see that happiness, but you don't want to make it only about that. And that's a way to do that.
For sure. And there's so much more. And I feel like the holiday season's so commercialized
Yeah.
that it's just like
It's always been though. Like
for
the
sure.
90s was like the world of commercialization.
yeah,
for
like the Power Glove and like everything.
Power Glove.
People like companies were very smart of when they would release toys.
Of course.
All of that stuff. But yeah, I really want that integration of it's not just gifts, it's helping people that need it. And
Is Jess like on the same kind of like train of
for
that?
sure, yeah.
Is she
She doesn't want she doesn't want a little asshole. Like,
no one wants a little asshole.
you know, like I don't want a spoiled kid. And I've worked my fucking ass off to get to the situation that I am in today. And so many people probably doubted it. But
yeah. You're a piece of garbage. So
Yeah,
we're like,
it's-
how do you rise to such
yeah.
great heights? No, I'm just joking.
And I want him to appreciate it. So like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to be just about those things that you do, but it's also just like how you got. Again, we've talked about this before. Kids are really, really smart, and they see everything your parents do.
Yeah.
Their parents do, and so it's one thing to say, "Hey, it's the holidays. We give back. We do this. This is the time." And it's another thing to again show that not just during the holidays, but just like that kind of those kind of morals throughout the year, right? Much like us talking about like the YouTube people who go and do nice things on video and it's clearly just for the clout, showing that that's the kind of person you are as a parent all year round is a way to not make them believe, but to understand that this is what we are. These are the kind of people we are. So there are opportunities to spoil them without them expecting that they should be spoiled.
Yeah, I think the zero expectations is the biggest part. Like obviously, like, hey, like what do you want? Make a list for Santa and all that kind of stuff. And like I think the stockings are probably the best part too, just because like there's so many little goodies in there.
Yeah, Pez. You can put Pez in there.
Yeah, Pez are fantastic.
My kids love Pez toys.
They do still make.
They still make them. Yeah.
That candy is horrible though.
I don't mind it.
I think like that, like having like the big gift, because like it was a big thing, like with kids from what I heard, like do the gifts come from Santa or from your parents? Because like, let's say Santa gives someone a PS5 and a family that's not in need is just like, and I love getting socks.
Yeah.
But like,
I got these ones recently.
Like
they're pretty plain.
They're like, oh, Santa brought me socks. He doesn't love me as much.
Yeah.
That's like I feel, because kids do talk and like,
I feel, did
like
we
what you
deal
get for
with that as a
Christmas?
kids? Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You know, like, yeah, obviously some families were more fortunate than others and their parents were more in tune with getting gifts or whatever.
Yeah, but hopefully you build up like I said before, you build up a kid who's strong enough who hopefully that doesn't matter to them.
So
and they see through that.
So you're saying experiences as gifts don't fly for kids?
At least not
like,
now.
Oh, you're going to Disney World.
Okay, so listen, again, circumstances are everything. If we woke up Christmas morning and their bags were packed and we were going to Disney, that would be an unbelievable, crazy experience that they would be insane about.
I don't know if I could function as a child like that. That would still be like, no, I need to get this. I guess
it depends on the anxiety you have as a kid, but my kids would be fine with it. But I can't say, hey, I got you a present on whatever, on Hanukkah or Christmas morning, whatever it is. It's a trip to, Florida in March. Like, in other words, they need instant gratification. They need to get something. And the act of opening up the present and doing all that is half the fun, if not more fun.
So like, why not get like a Cars like suitcase or Atlas, and inside would be like, you're going to Disneyland.
Oh, he won't get that. Not at 2.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like you can make it like a thing. Like,
for sure. Yeah. But that's essentially a gift. Like, you get a suitcase and then obviously you're going to stuff it with like shit that you plan on bringing to Disney in 4 months when you go. And it's like, Mickey's shirt and all these different things in there. That's a present, right? What
about like activities like the Disney on Ice kind of stuff? Or do you like go into the Nutcracker? Or
yeah.
Do they go to the ballet?
We haven't done stuff like that in a while. The last kind of kid show we went to was
also like COVID-y times.
That's true. That's true. Two of my kids were basically were birthed either in COVID or grew up mostly in COVID. Like Sunny was mostly in COVID. Like she was a baby when COVID started. Yeah. And when COVID ended, she went to kindergarten. Yeah. Like it was fucked. So
like, are you down with that kind of stuff?
We did more. Again, with 3, it's harder. So this is your time to say, hey, with 1, it's much easier. Yeah. It's much easier with 1 kid. I don't know why you sound like that, but that's what you sound like in my fucking brain.
No, you're just like, Paul has it right.
No, I don't, because that would me admitting that I want to get rid of 2 of my kids.
You don't need to publicly
and
admit
I'll
it.
never admit that.
It's in your diary that you keep underneath your bed. You just write lines. I wish I had one child.
I loved getting diaries as kids for presents.
You could only have one child. Which
So
one would it be?
As you have more kids, it's harder to do
one
these
day I'll
excursions.
get you to admit it.
No, I'll never admit it.
Like
Season 2.
I could do without
Stay
this one.
tuned. What will Daniel say on episode 1 of season 2? Which kid will he choose?
Yeah.
For Hunger Games. And so, yeah, a trip or an excursion, I don't think really cuts it, at least for us, for my kids. We do like to do that stuff. We'll see the Wiggles, or we've seen Disney on Ice and that stuff. But I don't know. I think that's more expensive than buying like a dinky little toy that they're going to be excited about.
That's shit is not cheap when it
tickets
comes
like
to
$90 or $80 for a Wiggles ticket.
We can like talk about how much UFC tickets cost. Or freaking
Listen,
$2,000.
the Wiggles are bigger than. Speaking of UFC, completely off base, off everything. Are we going to go see UFC at they just locked in the Vegas kind of thing? We have to see that.
If
that's going to be the best trip of your life.
If prices are what they are in Toronto, dude, like for me to
assuming
be like,
you can get it like not after, I can get it ahead of time.
I'm saying even ahead of time, like
yeah, they'll be like $500-$600.
Are you on drugs?
Not for like front row,
dude. 300 section
at that place or in general.
In Toronto, it's in Toronto in January.
It was never that much expensive. It was never that expensive.
900 plus service fees for 300 level. Insane.
Never used to be.
And
that.
I had pre-sale
back in the good old UFC days.
Yeah.
I went to Montreal. I saw
you saw GSP
3 times in Montreal, Vegas.
Yeah,
Toronto.
it's way more. I can't even imagine what those tickets are.
All tickets. Okay, so then maybe we don't get them.
The Dome is like $300 million in debt right now.
Yeah, it's gonna make it. Maybe that's what you buy me for the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. No?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, you said you like. Think about how much happiness it will bring you.
See, the thing is, I'm thinking if I call my accountant and be like, "Hey, can I write this off?" Maybe.
You could, of course. Business meeting. I'm thinking of selling my basement apartment shack rental something.
Yeah, I'm excited for creating. Obviously, everything's going to be like a new tradition because like now I get to choose my own tradition, kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah.
I choose the way that's going to dictate. This is so crazy. I'm basically going to shape the life of a human being. He could either be like,
it's scary.
This is wild.
Mostly for you. I can imagine why you'd be scared.
Because I would get it. Yeah. It's you do. I'm shaping like this child's life. So every new tradition is something he's going to be on a podcast in 40 years with his buddy.
My dad used to buy me a watch every year for Christmas.
I can't start that. You can't start too big. It's like in a relationship.
And I think that holiday wise though, to be honest, is those we talked about, memories in a previous podcast, but those are the moments to go, if you can go a little crazier than the average day, because it's nice to if every day is the best, then no day is the best. And so to have these moments throughout the year where you can do something over the top, not just buy presents, but just create an experience or something fun, that's great. And it's fun for both of you.
And it's going to be literally celebrating both holidays from both sides of our family.
Yeah.
So like these kids
we have no Hanukkah decorations here.
No.
Got these little.
And he's done.
He's dead.
Wow, he's actually. Speaking of, do you do Elf on the Shelf?
Do I do Elf on the Shelf? No, we don't do that.
Oh, you got to do it.
We do Mensch on a Bench.
Do you actually do that?
No, we don't do that.
You need Elf on the Shelf. My nephews
go insane.
It was more so a couple of years ago.
How does that work though? Is it just the night of Christmas or is it like all December?
25 days, and he's in a different location, and like you can get real funny with it.
Yeah,
like you can get real. Like I've seen him in like
a bathtub
or like fish tanks. Just like chilling in a fish tank.
He's drowning, Daddy.
Or like in the mailbox. And you could be like, oh, go check if there's any mail. And he's just there. It's a little stalkerish and it could like.
No, it's fun, but it's a lot of work.
I think, I think I would enjoy that.
You will. Again, I picture like doing that for 3 kids and it seems like a lot.
Or you really just shift it and do it in Halloween, which is like a doll.
Just like Chuck. My speaking of which, my kids have zoned into like that Chucky the movie exists and Child's Play and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't know it, and so they're
that he's like a former rapist in a.
No, yeah, they don't even know anything about it, but they don't even call it Chucky. They're now like afraid of like the movie Chuck E. Cheese. They call it Chuck E. Cheese thinking that the movie is Chuck E. Cheese.
They just came out with a horror movie with those animatronic things.
It's not. It's kind of a knockoff. It's like Freddy's 5 Days. It was a video game, like an iPhone app game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Turned into a movie. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
But I think what's going to be real cool is like creating the traditions and like, yeah, I think I'm going to opt into
the Elf on the Shelf.
Elf on the Shelf, 100%.
What other ones? Are you going to drink like eggnog and shit?
I hate eggnog.
Yeah. Does Jess like it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Ask
Maybe.
her.
I just like, it's so gross.
I don't know. What is it even?
I don't know. And I don't like dairy. So like,
true.
It makes me fart.
Our Jewish tummies can't handle that.
Elf on the Shelf for sure. Holiday movies all throughout, even like the cheesy Hallmark ones. I like those.
Those are the best.
The
I'm hoping Joey
ones,
gets into one of those because
where
I
she's
would love it.
She's like a big lawyer who goes back home for Christmas and
it just
meets,
falls
like,
in love with
the coffee shop guy.
Local coffee shop owner.
All the guys always wear Henleys. Always. In every watch any Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
If it's a guy who's in a small town, he's wearing a Henley in at least one scene.
For sure. The wardrobes are probably like.
They rotate them. My buddy Simon, I think, has been in those. I know my friend Jonathan Kels has been in a couple of those too.
That's my family's dream for Joey's.
It's just to be in a
Christmas
Hallmark.
movie.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, actually.
You're halfway there with that sweater. You look like you run that coffee shop right now. Like the tight jeans.
He's been planning
and that sweater.
Wardrobe insult since episode.
Oh my God. 5. Just let's break it down. You got a gray t-shirt.
Yeah.
Nice. It kind of has a sheen to it.
Well, it's the sparkles from that thing.
Literally painted on, torn up jeans in the middle of winter. It's freezing here right now.
It's actually
white
like
Vans
13 degrees.
with no socks or no show socks.
Ankle socks always.
Ankle socks with very white ankles.
Yeah.
Your ankles match your shoes.
Yeah, they blend in.
And then you're like vintage, like my Bubby Bessie's sweater from like the 1930s.
He has been planning this.
It's just like, it's a cardigan.
Since I called him Grimace.
Yeah, you got a little. I just watched that episode. That's why it's on my mind. Now I've got reheated again.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. It's great listen, I wouldn't wear this on a daily. Do you wear that sweater like not just holidays? Like you wear?
So I have, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a great Christmas sweater," but it's a brand that has these colors.
Yeah.
And it's
very Christmassy.
You can wear it whenever. It's got buttons.
Yeah,
Christmas
I can
buttons.
only wear this during the holidays.
It's got buttons. I guess on that note.
No, not on that note. I want to end before we say goodbye. I want to just say like to you, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everyone wherever you are celebrating.
However you celebrate.
Whatever holiday you do, whatever, if you have kids, you don't have kids, like let us know. I'd love to hear what are special moments for you guys during the holidays. Please comment below. People come up to me like, I watched the podcast. I'm like, great. But like interact, send us a message, text us, right? Just because I want to see I want questions for the podcast.
Well, one guy said that we cured his explosive diarrhea.
Did he?
Yeah, on YouTube,
I didn't see that.
On the YouTube video. He's like, okay, gents, keep it up.
More of that.
Yeah.
More of that. And so happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays to you, Paul.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus to the rest of us. And I am excited. Now, in the next time we see each other, well, this is in our last episode. We have a special bonus 12th episode coming next week.
Yes.
Which is exciting.
So exciting.
But this is the last traditional episode for this traditional holiday. And so till the next one, cheers.
Well, we're not. We've got to tell everyone where to.
That's my closer.
Well, that's your closer.
And now let's do the closing bumper.
Well, I was just going to say that thanks for watching so far. Cause we're 11 episodes in. You've learned a lot. I've learned a lot.
Good and bad things.
And it's, next season's going to be different.
But maybe not.
Well, it's
but maybe the exact same.
Same bullshit.
No, we have great things in the pipeline for season 2. We're already talking about it. So let's keep the action up if we can. And anything else before you give us our closer?
Thank you. Happy holidays. And I guess, because we're not going to get sentimental with the freaking next episode with the goons who are going to be with us. And thanks. It's been really cool to talk about becoming a dad. Obviously there's a lot of anxieties and it's a roller coaster of emotions, and having a very pregnant wife is
a roller coaster of emotions.
Exactly. So thanks for caring and watching and listening, which you can do on, look at that, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube. We can actually upload audio podcasts on YouTube as of last week.
The future is
now. So we're going to do that. So follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We don't have a Facebook page or Twitter yet. But
who's got a Facebook page?
Facebook's actually really good for promoting stuff.
Okay, so catch us on our new Facebook page.
And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to all our channels, hit those little bells and notifications so you know when we upload. And like you said, leave a comment. Let's chat. Let's talk about dad stuff, family
Or
stuff.
a DM if you don't want to ask. Or
Yeah.
again, we're not all powerful, all knowledgeable. Paul probably has zero parenting advice, obviously, at this point.
I've got a lot of
But
it.
like, send us some messages and say what's up.
Yeah.
Say what's up.
And on that note,
What note is that? As I edit these podcasts, we always say an on that note.
it's a C.
What's another transition to say, like, what's a synonym phrase to end on that
And
note?
to wrap this up in a nice little present.
Holidays.
Oh, I was going to freaking wrap up how I say my real estate stuff. Thanks so much for watching.
No.
Have a great day, and we'll be talking to you soon.
We do our closers.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is the Dad Collective Podcast.
Live.
Season 1.
Episode 11.
Yeah.
It's not so exciting when you say it that way.
All right. Let's do it one more time. And I'm Paul.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is the Dad Collective Podcast.
The holiday special.
Ho, 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 you filthy animals.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.
I love Santa.
I also like Santa.
I'm not supposed to get up right away.
Now.
Okay, bye.
Make sure you tune in each and every week for a brand new episode of The Dad Collective.